Hello, I am Eric Merritt, Realtor of HomeSmart in Northeast Mesa, and this is not a market update video, although there is a little bit of material in this video about that in 9 different areas, 8 cities in one area. However, this video is a much better topic to talk about because it's come up a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to go into this, but I didn't quite know how to go about it. So I have some really good content in this video. So if you are a seller or if you're a buyer, which are probably both, you should watch this video because it will give you a lot of insight as to what you're getting into, what you can expect to net in your home, and what you can expect to what your monthly payment will be in your future upgrade. So this video is about to upgrade to your desired home or to stay put. So this example here is a home that was in Santan Valley in 2017, probably sold for like two and a quarter, $225. House payment was probably about $1,250, $1,350 a month. And so this home now is probably worth $200,000 more than that, $425, or at least $400,000 for sure. And then we're going to upgrade to something like this. This other home down below is a home in Pecos Park in Southeast Gilbert that probably 10 years ago was worth $250, $225-ish, something like that. And now it's worth about $575. So then we're going to upgrade to this beautiful home that has an RV garage, an acre of land, and has this RV garage is huge. It's a 50 by 24 foot RV garage. It's very good size RV garage, 1,200 square feet. This home only sold for $842,000. That is a steal with an RV garage, detached or attached with an acre of land. And the home inside was very nice. It was a Santa Fe style home inside. Very nice flooring, nice. It wasn't, I don't think it was remodeled, but it was very, very nice inside. So even on our crazy low inventory, hot sellers market, you can still get your desired home. After this video, you will know the math because knowledge is power. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this video started. What stops us from entering this hot sellers arena? Number 1, high prices. Can we afford it? B, I want to wait for prices to come down or enter into a buyer's market again. Number 2, yes, I know I have lots of equity, but where am I going to go? Number 3, my mortgage payment is low right now, and I don't want a big house payment again. Number 4, I don't want to buy at the top of the market. Number 5, can we get under contract in our next home while ours is for sale? Well, there are lots of situations out there where if you write that into the contract, you could even ask the seller for the seller to lease back the home. That's happening a lot. It's called post-possession. Number 6, we do not understand the math of what our approximate house payment will be, taking the equity into account out of our home and applying it to the next one. What will our payment be based on our credit, debt, and income? What makes us think about wanting a trade up or down? Number 1, we don't want to get stuck in the same home we've been in for another 10 years or 15 years or more if we enter back into a buyer's market, like we did in 2007 to 2011, just to get our equity back. Because then we could lose our equity again, then we have to wait more years to get the same equity back. Number 2, many of us want a newer home with more amenities, more garage space, and an RV garage for your classic cars or a motorhome. More land, a bigger lot, a mother-in-law suite casita. That's a hot button that I'm getting quite a few leads in, along with the RV garage. People want no HOA. They don't want to be harassed by their HOA because they want to park something that's taller than the fence line. And heaven forbid you park something that's taller than your fence, then you're going to get a notice for it or a violation. More bedrooms or bathrooms and other reasons. So this home right here has a casita that is in back of this Next Gen Home Builders in Scottsdale, basically. This has the attached RV garage and the 2-car garage, this model. It's called the Prescott. Number 3, we know we do not need all the bedrooms and square footage anymore because our kids have gone out of the house. We are empty nesters now, and the kids are gone. So here's an example. There's a 2-story home in Maricopa, probably 3,500 to 4,000 square feet, and it turns into a desired single story, 2,000, 2,300 square feet, in a 55 and older community like Anthem at Merrill Ranch, and there's Providence in Maricopa, and there's quite a few others. There's even the Trilogy in Gilbert. So those are some examples. Number 4, we have determined that moving east would be a better lifestyle choice for us due to the lower cost of living elsewhere, like Texas, like Missouri, like Iowa, or other examples, other states east of Arizona. It is not that simple to just take your equity and expect to have the same mortgage payment that you started with. Let's take these 8 cities, for example, in one area, which is Southeast Gilbert. So in Avondale in 2017, the average sales price was $217,984. Just last month, it was $425,576, 195% higher, almost 2 times higher. There's 4 areas here where it is more than double. Levine was 205%, $234,084 in 2017, just under $480,000 last month, February of 2022. So that's 205%. Santan Valley was $213,814. What would a house payment be in 2017 on an FHA loan at 3.5%, even with a down payment assistance grant? Probably about $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,350 a month or so. Now that same home is going to be probably $425, but the average sales price in all of Santan Valley was $465,174. So if you're putting 5% down, your house payment is going to be about $2,400, $2,500, $2,600 a month based on that example. If you're putting the standard 5% conventional down, that's 218% from 5 years ago. Southeast Gilbert was $354,585 5 years ago. So that payment's going to be about $2,300 a month back then, 22, 23. Yes. Now it's $658,557. Tolleson was $202,631. Now it's $423,530, 209%. So keep in mind that the second column here, the average sales prices are to buy the same home that you would have in 2017. So here is the math necessary to calculate the mortgage payment using the existing equity, then 30-year term and interest rate. The factors that will affect your new mortgage payment are as follows: your credit, debt to income ratio, job and income history, and more. Your loan officer will guide you, will ask you for more documentation that I have listed in our home buyer's guide. Everything that's in our home buyer's guide, that's what the lender will ask for you, like 3 months of bank statements, job history, how long have you been there, documentations, things like that. So if you go to Bankrate is a site that I had found other than Zillow, thank goodness. So Bankrate is an excellent site as to, so here's an example. You can adjust the price of the home here. So we can put $550,000. And then we can put in the percentage, or we can put the actual down payment. I'm just going to put 20% in here so we don't have to worry about primary mortgage insurance. 20% or higher, there is no more PMI. Interest rates, 4.51%, 30-year term. And then we're going to take a home that is about $3,000 a year in property taxes, so that's $250 a month. And then we're going to put in HOA of about $100. and your mortgage payment is going to be approximately $26.48 a month. And then here is an amortization schedule of what you would be. So, and there are two examples. I will show you what an amortization schedule is. So if you go to our website, I'm going to show you and go to, let's go to Northeast Mesa. I'm going to show you how high property taxes can be. Okay, 775,000. One's under contract, so Luna Ranch. So property taxes here will be $36.12. So $36.12 a year is $301 a month. So what we're gonna do is put that $301 in the property tax box in bankrate.com, and then you will be able to complete that, and then you can get the HOA. So was there any HOA in this one? Yes, there is. HOA fee, $279 quarterly. So per month, that is $93 a month exactly. So you pretty much can figure out what your approximate new mortgage payment would be on a house, because our website gives you what the HOA is. It usually says quarterly, could say monthly. And then you got your property taxes here, which is yearly. So divide that by 12, and then you can figure out your mortgage payment if you know what your credit score is. And if you just estimate the rate, it's better to overestimate a rate. Let your loan officer figure out what your actual rate will be, but at least you can get started. So if we go into the rates, I'm going to show you this here. The national average right now is 4.47%. or 4.52% on Thursday, March 24th. See all mortgage rates. If you want to buy the rate down, this is what the points are to buy it down. And then these are others. See, to buy down this rate, it's not that much. And then it will actually tell you what it's going to cost you up front in the cost if you want to buy your points or lower your rate down. So those are examples of rates, so you can get that right in this program. It's very nice. You can adjust your credit score, and then it will give you rates based on what your credit score is. You go to more filters. Then hopefully if it's a primary residence, then your rate's going to be lower. If it's a secondary residence, your rate's going to be higher. So that's why there's secondary option right there. Examples for illustrating to upgrade or to stay put. So number one, we have a first-time home buyer that bought a home on an FHA loan in 2017 for $240,000, 3.5% down. So the 3.5% could be on a down payment assistance grant, or it could be their actual 3.5% of their own money at 4.25 interest rate. All FHA loans have a 1.75 upfront MIP charge. So in reality, that 3.5% you're putting down actually becomes taking 3.5. It's actually 1.75%, what you're actually really putting down. So sell the home at $480,000 in March 2022 and get an estimated payoff amount using the bank rate amortization schedule in 5 years. Using the payoff amount, we can calculate what your seller closing costs, seller commissions, and this will calculate a net seller amount to use to buy your $650,000 home. Using the $190,000 from a net equity amount of $239,420, 30-year term. Property taxes are a little bit high in this example, but better to overestimate than underestimate. That's how I look at it. At 4.65% interest rate conventional loan, we can calculate what your new mortgage payment will be. So this home in Skyline Ranch, I actually did an open house here in 2018. So this is a very good example. This house, I'm sure, was $230,000, $240,000 probably in 2017, 5 years ago. Now we want to sell this home, take our proceeds, take $50,000 out, take that and use that for landscaping, for a backyard, for furniture, pay off a car, etc. Then we want to go into this really beautiful two-story home with a really nice pool. Newer home, more amenities, more bedrooms, more square footage, maybe an RV gate or an RV garage. Well, you won't get an RV garage for $650, but $800,000 and up, you definitely can get a home with an RV garage on an acre of land in the southeast part of Queen Creek, Buckeye, Goodyear, Surprise. Santan Valley has a few, but not that many. Waddell has homes with an RV garage, and so does Whitman as well. So now we're going to show what this home, 5-year home, or this home that we bought in 2017, 5 years ago, $240,000. So this is what our starting balance would be, $235,653 with the MIP charge, 4.25%. Our payment would be $1629.98, so $1630 a month. That's what it was about 5 years ago for a home that cost about $240,000. So this is when you go on the amortization schedule and bank rate, and you want to see what the amortization is to find out what the approximate payoff would be. So 5 years later, which is today, the payoff is $213,589.68. So if we take the realtor commissions out, listing agent, buyer's agent, and the seller's title policies, now we're going to net $239,420 and change. Take $50,000 out of that, and then we're going to go right to buying this home that we've always wanted. That's $650,000. It's got a bigger lot. It has more amenities. It's a newer home. So now we're going to take this $190,000, take it from $650. Our starting balance, mortgage balance, is $460,000, and then you're going to add, for closing costs, buyer closing costs is about $45.51. So the payment would be $31.12.76. If someone was coming out of state and they wanted to buy the $480,000 home, 5% down, I'm sure people that come from out of state are going to put a lot more than 5% down, which is only $24,000. But if they did put 5% down, the payment would be about $33.60.37. based on the 4.65 interest rate on the 30-year loan. So now the second example is a homeowner that bought a home 10 years ago. This happens to be in Southeast Gilbert in Pecos Park. It's Ryland home right here. $225,000 at 20% down on a conventional loan at 4.25 interest rate. Took no cash outs or refinance, so all the equity stayed in the house. Current home value is $575,000. Using the amortization chart in bankrate.com, we can get the estimated payoff by exactly adding 10 years from now, which would go into March of 2032. So we're working in backwards. And then we can get a seller net amount using the seller closing costs and commissions. So we can get the net equity to buy an $800,000 home or $850,000 home with some land and a really nice pool and more bedrooms, newer home, the home that we've always wanted, something that we're going to stay put, and then we won't sell that home because we have nothing to upgrade past that. And this way we can have a home that has more realization of more capitalization, because our existing home being 15, 20 years old, maybe it's close to being capped out. So it could be a good idea to upgrade for that reason by itself. So this is an example of taking a 7 to 8,000 square foot lot, 2,200 square feet home, and then you go to a home that's got an acre of land with an RV garage. This one sold in Buckeye for $842,000. $842,000 is very inexpensive for this type of home. So this $225,000 home 10 years ago, this is what the payment would be, about $1,144.74 a month. Now to get what the payoff would be, we have to jump all the way 10 years later to March of 2032. So that'd be $143,071. We take that right here. We're selling the home that we've had for 12 years now. So the payoff is right here. Realtor commissions are here. Seller's closing title fees are right here. So the total closing cost is right here, along with realtor commissions. So that's $399,403, almost $400,000 net, what you would get out of this house. So we take $350,000, we put $50,000 aside because we may want to upgrade the next home. We may want to put new furniture. We may want to pay off a car or a truck that we're paying $800 to $1,000 a month for. So now we have an $800,000 home, put $350,000 down, and our payment goes down or goes to $29.53 almost $3,000 a month. So $800,000 home, we put $350,000 down, and the same 4.65% interest rate. If you want to buy down the rate, then you probably could get another $150, $200 off this payment, give or take. Does save interest. So as you can see from these two examples, this will educate you to see if you can upgrade or stay put. My recommendation is not to exceed, it says here 30%, but I would say 35% of your gross income for a house payment to live comfortably. When you have other debt obligations such as auto loans, revolving credit card debt, or other debt obligations, they cannot exceed 40%, preferably to be qualified for a conventional loan. They can go a little bit past 40% without a problem, but when you get to 45%, it is not feasible at all to get a conventional loan. It's not advisable. Debt to income ratios are total revolving debts divided by gross income. So I put some really good examples here that we all can relate to. A brand new 2022 Toyota Tundra Crew Max, 2022 or 2021 Ford Bronco, four-door, Capital One credit card. We probably are paying maybe $400 or $500 a month towards it, $600 to keep the balance in check. And then we have furniture that we're paying off still, maybe a new bed or family room furniture. So that's divided by your gross income. That is your debt to income ratio. Hopefully by those two examples that I had showed you of different situations, one from 2017, 5 years ago, and the other one example from a home that was purchased in 2012, 10 years ago, that you can see what the results are when they cash out, sell their home, and then use most of that equity to buy the second home or the third home or whatever the case may be. So I'm just going to go over these two brief things here. In the green, it's lenders and loan officers will pre-qualify you for more than what is breathable. You still need money for emergencies, need money for vacations, take a trip, 3 days going away somewhere, extra cash to pay bills for when you are not able to work. This is very important. You should have 2 or 3 months of cash reserves so that you can ride the storm out, and some disposable income. Another example is I just had a hot water heater that broke. That cost, instead of buying a new direct vent hot water heater, because it's the only kind I could buy if I wanted to go that route, I decided to get a hot tankless gas hot water heater that was almost $4,000. So my garage did turn into a river before that, but now it's fixed. But things like that do happen. So we need to have reserves on hand for that. In red, make sure that you are not house poor, because lenders want to make sure that their mortgage payment is collected regardless of what your other debt obligations are. So it is your responsibility to make sure that those debt obligations you have the reserves for that, and then also reserves for having some disposable income. We don't want to live tight. We want to enjoy life. We don't want to be miserable because of having too much money going out on the house. So the next video, the sequel to this, is going to be, see these examples up here? We're going to go into about 10 different or 8 different examples, I believe, in the next video. The sequel to this is about 10 minutes long. So that will help you understand debt to income ratio and how they're all affected. So it's going from homes that are as low as 225 from 5 years ago, all the way up to homes today at $1.2 million. And you can see the incomes from 5,000 a month gross all the way up to 20,000 a month gross. And then the debt obligations, the house payment, auto loans, and credit card payments, what that can mean. So watch the sequel video to this one. If you have any questions at all, feel free to give me a call at 480-999-6061. Thank you very much. And if you also find this video very interesting, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and share this video with people that may need to hear this. And that way we can get some more exposure out there and also help you, guide you as to what you want to do in real estate. And we can make a no obligation consultation so that I also can help you to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into. And that way you can decide to upgrade or stay put. So thank you very much and have a great day.